Mejor que nuestro amigo Martín Einstein. ¿Qué haces, querido? ¿Cómo te va?
Hola Ricky, Hugo, un placer reencontrarnos en esta jornada 2. Y es así, el Madrid sufrió dos bajas muy importantes, sumada a la de Karim Benzema, que ya se fue a Arabia Saudí en el verano. Courtois y Militao se operaron el jueves pasado del cruzado y van a estar entre 6 y 8 meses de baja. Rüdiger entra por la baja de Eder Militao y hoy la presión está sobre Lunin porque en Bilbao no tenía nadie que le pudiera quitar el puesto. Entre semana llegó Kepa y estuvo muy cerquita, respirándole cerca. En el precalentamiento competitivo se le veía tenso a Lunin, que tiene una prueba de fuego en el día de hoy.
Y Hugo, como leyenda del Real Madrid, ex director técnico de este equipo en este estadio, has dirigido muchos partidos. ¿Qué sensación te presenta esto?
Bueno, sí, es un partido que para Almería representa mucho. Jugar en casa, pues intentarán sacar provecho. Y pues escuchando a Martín, sí es tremendo lo del tema de Militao y Courtois. Qué casualidad que si estamos hablando de una columna vertebral de un equipo como es el Real Madrid, sin Militao, sin Courtois, sin Benzema, cuidado, porque las columnas vertebrales de los equipos, si no están, en este caso, tres de los que estaban anteriormente, pues puede sufrir el Real Madrid. Así que este partido va a servir para sumar 3 puntos, Ricardo y Martín, y el Real Madrid pues intentará aprovecharlo al máximo.
Aprovechamos para mandarle un fuerte abrazo a la peña madridista San Francisco Bay Area, que ya están prendidos, ya están sintonizados. Y nos vamos a la formación del conjunto local, dirigido por Vicente Moreno. En el arco, Maximiano. En el fondo, Pubil, Chumi, Edgar y Akiem. Baba y Robertón en la mitad de la cancha. Más adelantado, Ramazani. Arribas en Barba. Y como único delantero, el colombiano Luis Javier Suárez. Buen marco de público, un estadio que tiene una capacidad para 15.274. Este es el técnico del conjunto local, el árbitro Sánchez Martínez, de la ciudad de Murcia, referí desde el 2015. Empleado bancario, el encargado de dirigir hoy cuando se arriman los capitanes. Robertone para el local, Carvajal para el equipo visitante. Uniforme alternativo para el Real Madrid. Hoy predomina el azul. Ya eligió lado Carvajal. Estos son los integrantes del VAR. Vamos a pasar al equipo de Carleto Ancelotti. Como decía Martín, Lunin bajo los 3 palos. Por ahora, el ucraniano. En el fondo, Carvajal, Rüdiger, Alaba y Fran García. En el medio, Tchouaméni, acompañado por Valverde, Toni Kroos. Más adelantado, Bellingham. Arriba, la dupla brasilera con Rodrigo Vinicius Jr. ¿Te gusta el 11 de Real Madrid, Hugo?
Bueno, sí, me gusta porque ha insistido Ancelotti en esa pretemporada y los partidos previos al inicio del campeonato, pues con esta nueva formación, tomando en cuenta que Bellingham ha hecho modificar el clásico 4-3-3 que venía utilizando Ancelotti. Así que Bellingham está notándose cada vez más líder.
Hello, everyone.
Y este partido no va a ser la excepción, Ricardo.
Hope everybody's having a good one. We're about to kick off right here at the Powerhouse Stadium at Almería. I think like around 86 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Pretty warm one down south. But if you're joining me, I appreciate it. If you can hit it up in chat, that'd be awesome. I appreciate it. All right, so we got the kickoff here. Vamos, vamos.
Para el equipo de Carleto Ancelotti. 12 sin perder el Real Madrid contra Almería. El año pasado en este estadio ganó el Real Madrid 2-1. No sé si se acuerdan, un gol de tiro libre.
Like I said, if you're joining,
el único gol que anotó el austríaco en toda la temporada fue aquí.
If you're joining the chat, say what's up.
Dirigiste, Hugo, en Almería del 2008 al 2009. ¿Qué nos contás?
Sí, es una experiencia muy interesante, muy atractiva. Era una de mis metas y mis objetivos dirigir en España.
Sergio Rivas getting the start. I know in my preview video I said he wouldn't, but I completely forgot that he was. I honestly thought he was on loan. So I just never thought. Above. There you go. Finding Vinicius here on the left. Vinny getting into the 6-yard box, getting tackled. That's a foul already. Already. Within minute 3, Vinny already picking up a foul outside the 16-yard box. Is it 18-yard box or 16-yard box?
Sí, ya te iré contando, Ricardo, a ti, a todos los compañeros, a Martín, por supuesto, pues eso.
So glad that football's back. Calcio's back out in Serie A, Bundesliga. It's just a great time of the year. Right, Toni Kroos and Alaba on the ball right there for the set piece. Hopefully we can get something just to kick off the game, right? The lineup I predicted in the match for the preview on the video, I got it right. Toni Kroos was going to get the nod, and obviously Rudiger was going to take Militao's spot. So everything else, same thing. That diamond shape. I think there's a cop outside. Still in? Alright, so here comes the counter. And there's players that I can honestly tell you we have to keep an eye out in regards to Almería. I knew it. Didn't I say Sergio Rivas was going to score? Didn't I say that he was going to score? Arribas.
El que surgió de las inferiores del Real Madrid no lo quiere celebrar, pero el público se vuelve loco. Almería 1, Real Madrid 0.
I told you Almería was not going to play around. I said it in the preview. Right? I called it. I had a feeling he was going to score. It just happens. So I don't know where Fran Garcia is at. Right? Like, I don't know where any of our defenders are at. What is Toni Kroos doing? Great counterattack by Almería, and way to put it down. But man, what a start, though. Yikes. Right, so the hosts are leading it right now with Arribas scoring it. Within the 3rd minute. But what a great counterattack out on the left. Right, I mentioned that the left side was going to be a good side for Almería. A weak side of Real Madrid. And we'll have to review that play because in the counter, I don't see Fran Garcia on the left at all. Toni Kroos is the only one that's playing out there centrally. Here we go. Vinny settling it down. Bellingham has the ball. Wants to take a shot. Gets blocked right there in the box. And here comes the play. So Lulin already down. No longer a clean sheet. For sure, things will be questioned. But just a poor start from Real Madrid. So what can Almería do? Basically try to pounce on the opportunity. Try to get another goal, right? You're at home. You want to create chaos. Right? You want to catch Real Madrid flat-footed as you just did. But geez, man.
Muchos reflejos que haya mostrado, no pudo frenar ese remate certero y fuerte.
Arriba que dice que pretende anotar por lo menos 10 goles esta temporada jugando para Almería.
On Twitter, I mentioned it that Arribas was going to score. Just had a feeling. It gave me that sensation. It tends to be players that want to prove something to why they're no longer with the club. They get loaned out. Or they get sold. They don't get that chance, and then they prove it. against when they go against the Real Madrid. They just do. Carvajal right there trying to do some crosses right there in the half space. Corner kick. The power horse is stadium bouncing. Excited with this good start. Tchouaméni heading it in. Having to make the goalkeeper make a save. But good set piece there. Finally something nice, man. Like Tchouaméni with 3 guys on him, still getting that header through. Pretty impressive there. If you're watching on stream, thank you so much. Yeah, everybody on Twitter right now that I sent that tweet way before the game started that Sergio Arribas was going to score on us. And the thing with Almería is that they're really, really well. Like, I mean, they're really, really good on defense as well. Like, they're well disciplined. Obviously, you want to see some brilliance and something come out here from Real Madrid. But once you are on top, the way that you frustrate Real Madrid is you just have a low block. But now that you punch Real Madrid right at the nose, this is a game that you have to keep it, right? There's a lot of things that I'll say, and I'll probably say it later on, but there's a couple things that I'm afraid that you're gonna. Sorry, I'm checking the GC over here in Twitter. All right, they're zooming in on Kepa right there on the bench. Lulin. I don't know. I don't even know to say that it's Lulin's fault. It really isn't. It's really just poor transition for Real Madrid in the defense. I gotta say something about Vinny right now.
Vamos a dejar nuestra dirección de Twitter. Vamos a saludar a algunos. Allí lo tienen en pantalla. Si pueden utilizar el hashtag La Liga por ESPN, por favor. Nelson Sánchez. Calling it the Vinny passing is basically always passing it when the player was in his last location. The player's running, but Vinny passes it where the player was at that split second. Like, you gotta pass it ahead of the player, right? Understand where the player's at. But Real Madrid, for sure, will be. Let's see. I want to make sure this is working. Vinny tends to pass it where the player was at, not where he's going. Ooh, Tchouaméni getting a header there. But Tchouaméni setting that up for Jude. Keep an eye out on Baba. And then Akeme. I think his name is Akeme. Sergio Akeme. Or Akeme. He's good. Embrava is good there on the left. Then obviously Sergio Arribas, man. That switch from Vinny from the left to find Carvajal and having to put his hands covering up the sun because he's basically on that right side. The sun's there. Tchouaméni passing it to Jude. Jude finding Carvajal. Carvajal trying to get in the half space as he's trying to cross it in. Just can't even get it over, man. Like, shoots it like knee height in the crosses.
All right, Tchouaméni, Bellingham dropping it, but it will be a goal kick.
Ricky le pide Carlo Ancelotti a sus jugadores que jueguen con calma, que no pongan pelotas altas, que intenten reconectarse con el juego. Desde que se produjo el gol de Almería, Ancelotti no se ha sentado, está haciendo indicaciones en todo momento para intentar ordenar al equipo.
Arribas, pelota dividida para Almería.
Arribas is such a solid player, man. He's such a good player. Like, he really is.
Muy activo Martín, también Vicente Moreno.
It's like there's no denying.
Sí, porque lo que le pide es que busquen espacios todo el tiempo.
And it's like, in my honest opinion, it's not Lulin's fault. It's a great header. When you head the ball, you head it down, because you'll get a bounce, right before it goes in. And that's a rebound, a bounce like that against a goalkeeper who's trying to get low to get it will be difficult, because he's trying to anticipate where it's going. So if he sees the ball going down, he's going low, but he's not anticipating if it's going to bounce earlier before it gets to his hand, where he can parry it. And that's what you teach when you're teaching crosses and stuff. You head down, and that's what Sergio Arribas did perfectly. You got to give credit where credit is due, folks. I mean, I warned it in the preview that Almería will venture forward. They're not going to sit back. That's not how they play. They have actually a good, solid squad. And I was just saying that you just have to be aware of it. Vini now taking the 1v1. Does he have help? Nope, he slows down. Now he takes on the take. Pass the dang ball. My goodness, kid. It's frustrating, man, to see Vini like this.
Pues Vinicius ahí podríamos decir que se equivocó dándole el pase porque no tenía Rodrigo espacio y estaba reclamando pues ese córner que notó que
Vini could have passed that ball not the way he just did earlier, but in the run of Rodrigo. Like, he could have done it a second ago, after he beat that defender that he left him on the ground. Rodrigo was making the run for the first post. That's when you give the pass. Let the player get to it. It's frustrating. It truly is.
No, yo creo que conociendo la idiosincrasia del Real Madrid y conociendo el estilo de juego y conociendo las necesidades, sí, hace falta un delantero goleador, un punta clásico que esté ahí incomodando a los centrales y que esté aprovechando la cantidad de jugadas y de centros que pueden realizar pues tanto Rodrigo como Vinicius.
Nice pass right there from Fede to find Rodrigo, and he's trying to cross it in. He's trying to set it up. Fede trying to take a shot as it rebounds and pings off of everybody there. Good job from Almería to kind of keep that from preventing it to go in. But the plays are coming in, but if that thing is not in the net, it's pointless, right? All right, here we go as we're rotating the ball from the right to the left. Finding Toni Kroos here, trying to find Vini as he drops, looking around, looking across, trying to take the 1v1 and Sergio Arribas. Bellingham finding Vini. Vini taking the 1v1, and it gets a corner. And he takes it all the way to the byline. So Vini can do the things, right? He can do the takes, but he's trying to take on the whole world, man. You don't have to, right? You don't have to. Be more efficient. Set it up for someone. Can we get a goal here? We got some guys with height. We need a good service inside the box. It's headed out. Rodrigo gets it, recovering, starts rotating to find Fede Valverde, see if he can cross it in. Finds the back post. No one there. Goes for a goal kick.
Sí, no está contento con lo que ve. Y a este ritmo yo creo que no le alcanza ni 2 paquetes. No está contento Ancelotti, está nervioso, ve que el equipo no encuentra la forma, que no toma buenas decisiones con el balón. Vini y Rodrigo no se juntan bien.
Qué buena salida de Hakim, qué buena salida
Hakim,
de
that's his name.
Ahora para Ramazani.
Ramazani is the other player I mentioned earlier too. Embarba, there you go. Is he trying to cross it in, but it rebounds off of Fran Garcia and Toni Kroos. Gets that foul. Is there a yellow? This is already the second foul he's already causing on him. The first one was grabbing onto his face. So you best believe they're going to try to let him breathe, right?
Se sigue quejando Vinicius precisamente de eso. El árbitro habla con Vini y no sigue la jugada.
What a dribbler Rodrigo is. But dude, after you take on 3 guys, get rid of it. Get rid of it. There's a player that's open. Get rid of it. What?
Y ahora en Barba. Toca Almería. Más atrás con el arquero Maximiano.
All right, 17 minutes in. We'll see what ends up happening here. But Almeria needs to just, obviously, there's no urgency in them, right? I mean, they're up. But they will try to get to you, man. Okay, so Real Madrid getting the ball. Rodrigo getting whacked. As Tchouaméni recovered the ball, gives him a good solid pass to break the line to find Rodrigo right in the center. So we'll see what we'll do. Toni Kroos is on the ball. He just passes it short. So now we just got the play going. Finds Fran Garcia here on the left as he's trying to link up with Vini. Vini's going super wide. So that just closes up Fran Garcia's channel, as Vini doesn't want to be centrally at all anymore. So Fede Valverde now in the center as he's trying to find it. He finds Carvajal. Carvajal right on the right. He's trying to cross it. Doesn't cross it at all. Here comes Fede Valverde. And Tchouaméni. Jude Bellingham. It's a goal. It is a goal. Jude. I think it's a goal. I think it's a goal. They'll review it. So Carvajal crosses it in. It finds Fede Valverde. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. And probably uses the handball. If they're gonna use the Gavi rule here. Yeah, it's not a goal. It shouldn't be a goal. He calls it? I'm honestly astonished. I don't know. That's my opinion. To me, for what I see in the broadcast, in Fede Valverde's offside, in Fede Valverde's header, Jude Bellingham is offside. To me, I don't know who keeps him on, right? And also, in the instant replay I got until then I saw the chat here, it looked like he got more of the shoulder. Now I don't know if it's more bicep or more shoulder or collar, but in my observation, I thought either it was offside or, with the category of how we call handballs in La Liga now, it could have been called an offside. I mean a handball, right? That's what I'm saying. You can use the Gavi rule because last game against Getafe, Here comes a great cross inside and a push from behind. From Arribas to Toni Kroos. But Lulin for sure, getting his ass saved right there. Vinny, just going to go ahead and cancel out Fran Garcia every time he wants to go wide. Get rid of it. No yellow. Gosh, man. How is this not a yellow, man?
Es que lo que se queja Ricardo Vinicius es de que son faltas constantes de diferentes jugadores del Almería, pero constantes. Mira la línea.
Ah, there is no offside. Well, the angle that they showed in the broadcast when they stopped it and tried to show you the goal, it looked like he was offside, but the angle shows it, right?
Pantallas gigantes del estadio muestra la definición del offside y muestra que no fue offside para que también lo vean los espectadores.
Okay, here we go. Alaba or Toni Kroos. Here, let me mute this thing because my coaches are messaging me here about today's games. Oof. Toni Kroos wanted to do something. Another foul. It is, sir. It is a foul.
Se están calentando por la repetición de ocasiones en zonas de peligro de tiro libre para el Real Madrid.
No lo puede creer el colombiano.
That's already chanting to the crowd. All right, good debut for Jude, though, right? Fede taking a nice set piece right there as Toni Kroos with his back against the goal. Makes it seem like Alba's going to take a shot, but Fede go ahead and takes a rip at it.
Viene el pelotazo largo. Gana Rudiger. Muy lejos para Rodrigo. 23 minutos y medio, 1-1.
Good job right there from Chua. And Vinny just... Come on, Vinny.
Llega el despeje.
Good from Rudiger. As they're trying to pop it up again. Fran Garcia trying to compete for that aerial. He loses to Embrava. Here comes Fran Garcia. And once again, Vinny just super wide. Making now Fran Garcia be making his internal, right, like inverted runs, right, coming to the inside. Not liking this. All right, Carvajal trying to find Rodrigo. Rodrigo to Carvajal. He's trying to cross it in, trying to find all the way. And guess who's at the end of that one? Fran Garcia. But a good cross going basically through the 6-yard box. No man's land, and the keeper just lets it really just go right through. Keeper was like stumbling to stay up because that ball was just going zipping right in front of him. And he didn't do anything to stop that. All right. Let's see what happens here. Oh, gosh. Embrada trying to find Ramazani. As the ball's coming down outside the 16-yard box. Luis falls. Luis Suarez falls, but Embrada with the ball against Fran Garcia. Here comes a cross inside. And Lulin bringing it down with his chest. Kind of scary in that play there. Here comes Fran Garcia. Vinny drops really deep. now coming inside. Carvajal now finding the ball halfway through the field. Rodrigo now dropping, finding Vinny right here in the inside seat. Can he rotate it? Nope, he goes back inside. Trying to do something, finds Carvajal out on the right. Carvajal trying to distinguish what he's going to do. And Vinny just... What is Vinny doing? What is Vinny doing, man? I'm honestly really just disappointed. Don't get what this man is trying to do right now. Good from Tchouaméni there against Luis Suarez. And Baba beating out, I think that was Jude. Oh my god, man. Just Tchouaméni, bro. Tchouaméni is just a monster in the midfield. Just composed. Here comes Rodrigo. Rodrigo trying to take the shot as it goes wide far post. But that was the play, man. Rodrigo doing much better, in my opinion, with the little bit of involvement that he's been in. More efficient than Vinny has. Just saying.
Sí, aquí vemos a Valverde que esa es otra de las posibilidades, ese pase fantástico que le pone a Rodrigo, y Rodrigo con esa habilidad cruzó el balón perfecto, porque si va a portería no hubiera alcanzado el portero. Así que Rodrigo se está animando. El Real Madrid está deseando meter ese segundo gol porque sabe que ese segundo gol es necesario hacerlo antes de que...
Carvajal trying to find it all the way open on that far side, but no one's finding him. He's like completely open. But we're keeping it here on the left with Jude between him. Alright, Kroos rotating it, trying to find Fede. As Fede passes it to Rudiger. Rudiger calming it down, looking for Fede as they pass it back to each other. Finds Alaba as they're trying to push that high line. Uh-oh. A little bit out of his reach, so Rudiger having to recover. Passes all the way back to rotate it back to Alaba. Alaba trying to find Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni dictating, pointing his fingers where he wants his foot soldiers to be. Here comes Vinny as he went deep. Finding Fran Garcia out here on the left as he's crossing it inside, but no one there. Here comes Sergio Rivas with Embrava. And I don't know what we're doing here defensively, but Baba just slowing it down. Sergio Rivas switching it across to find Akeme, or Ramazzini, I'm sorry. But goes right over for Real Madrid for a throw-in. Jude. Fede Valverde as he's coming inside. Rodrigo turning around to recover that ball. Tchouaméni just taking a shot, man. But whoever stood in front of that man was in the firing line because that thing was ripping through. Here comes Jude. Hakim trying to juke around Jude. But give it away to Carvajal. Carvajal finding Tchouaméni out on the right. So careful here if we lose the ball centrally. Alright. And as he was trying to switch the play, hits the player to go for a corner kick in favor of Real Madrid. Hola Madrid. What are your thoughts, man? There's a player that I have to criticize at halftime, man. What are your thoughts? Good cross inside to find someone, but gets cleared out right back to Toni Kroos as he can set it up again, but he's offside. Was that offside? Yeah, he's off.
Por ahora no, pero no es mala idea, Hugo.
Mira. Merecía tarjeta amarilla al juez de línea. Viene el balón de un rival.
Nos llegó un momento de hidratación. Vamos a ver si escuchamos en esta pausa.
Ahí le va a echar la bronca al árbitro, Ricardo.
Vinny better, do better.
Le va a echar la bronca al árbitro, al juez de...
I don't know, man. Hydration break here in the 30 minutes.
¿Y él por qué la cobró?
Just saw Lupis talking to Lulin there. It's like I said, it's not Lulin's fault, man. It was a good header.
Este es el gol. Yo veo hombro, no mano, Hugo.
They're showing the replay of the goal.
Sí, sí, menos mal, porque se dudó en el fuera de juego y luego en la mano y la fortuna del rechace le quedó ahí.
Yeah, it hits him in the chest, or more the shoulder area, like literally at the bone.
Sí, sí, el hombro. Qué movimiento de tobillo, Ricardo. ¿Vieron, Martín? Ese movimiento de tobillo de Bellingham.
Eso de crack.
Le cambió ahí a los...
Sí, sí, sí.
Yeah, he says it. It hits him in
Lo
the
mismo que mostró en la
shoulder.
colocación del pie en Bilbao.
So good for Jude.
Le da con un bote y la
Just
pelota
right
se
place,
eleva.
right time. I mean, that's where you got to be, right?
Se ve a las claras que
It's a nice little stadium there at the Power Horse Stadium
que tiene
at Almería.
un encuentro y una plasticidad que muy
You
pocos
make your own.
equipos tienen.
You make your own luck. Yeah.
Bueno, al final no-
Vinny doesn't look lost.
Creo que Ancelotti no quiere saber nada, pero
No,
por ahí
no
en
se
el segundo
acercaron la
tiempo
cámara.
escuchamos al técnico de la Almería. En esta pausa.
Look at Sergio Arriba's run. It's a straight solid run. Like straight solid run.
¿Quién pierde la marca y Cross?
Ahí está.
And I don't anticipate Kroos to cover that. He should. He's the closest guy.
No, Fran García. Creo que es Fran García, ¿no, Martín?
But honestly, like
Saberlo porque no tengo el
in that transition, a lot of players were caught forward. Like Fran Garcia's caught forward. Like that should be him to recover. Or even in that set piece, you also train the transition if you don't win the ball. Who runs back?
Pero por lo que estoy leyendo es que te tienen fe.
Everybody else is caught forward. So
Vas a pegar hoy.
that's a prime example of phases of game that Real Madrid are still not taking care of business there.
Esto se reanuda, minuto
So
33.
far, though, possession, yes, is in favor of Real Madrid. Momentum, rhythm, everything's kind of going in their favor. But Almeria does venture forward. As they're trying to cross it in to find,
Rudiger sale Lunin, se queda con el balón.
as they're trying to find Ramanazi,
No pasa nada.
I think that's his name.
Fran García.
Fran Garcia getting a whack
Dos en la marca. Enganchó, reclama
as Embrada takes a whack at Vinny and no foul called. As Vinny's still same spot where he's complaining. He is grabbing onto his foot. He's kind of gingerly walking, but he's moving.
Bien abierto por la izquierda en la marca. Carvajal. También Valverde.
Okay, the Valverde. Somebody step up, please. Like, what are we doing?
Creo que sí, el remate.
Nice save from Lulin as that shot was basically going really low. And here comes Carvajal as he's trying to get out of that box. And Rudiger trying to help out. And it's a throw-in. A good save there from Lulin. Lulin is a good... He can stop balls, man. But the rotation here, somebody didn't step up. And I don't know if it's Jude.
Sí, es un disparo con mucha potencia y acompañó muy bien el balón y lanzándose con precisión.
That thing was going in.
Y haciendo lo que
That shot was going in. So, good save from Lulin there.
desviar el esférico para evitar ese segundo gol del Almería.
So, depending on how this ends, right, we'll see if Lulin keeps it. But there goes the clean sheet for him.
Está muy bien, gran chiste. No,
Come inside, man. Pass it inside.
que es el pulso de la temporada, ¿no? Teniendo un portero
Fede switching it to find Fran Garcia here on the left. As he finds Rodrigo as he dropped a little bit to find Vinny out wide open.
no es Courtois.
I don't like seeing Fran Garcia making inside runs.
Hay un debate abierto.
Like, that should be Vinny. Like, what are you doing, Vinny? Because what's going to happen is Fran Garcia will tire himself out.
Ahí va el francés.
I mean, Lulin has to,
Va Vinicius.
right? He has to keep that position if he wants it.
Se anima, no se anima, viene el centro. No había nadie, pero igual el despeje de Edgar. Y la termina sacando Pubil.
Uh-oh. Suarez beating out Alaba there. With Almería with the ball.
Robertone. Va con Edgar. Más atrás. Maximiano.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think Lunin is to get to blame. It doesn't get the blame here. I don't think he gets the blame. It's a good goal. Like I was saying it earlier in the stream. When you train someone to head the ball inside the box, you tell them to aim low. Right? You want that bounce. Right? Because that's difficult for a goalkeeper when they have to go low. You know, they don't anticipate that it might get a bounce, or it's just solid, just finding that corner. Good shot. Good shot from the outside, but Lulin having to make a weird save there. Because I think that ball was just having so much movement. Look at this ball. Knuckle. And he has to make kind of like a side save. Because that thing, he almost overcommitted to one side and he has to go and lean to the other. So, but the shot was perfect. But I don't blame Lulin for the goal, by the way. Cleared out by Alaba. As now Almería trying to rotate it, see if they can get a cross inside. Once again, a 16-yard box. But Ramanazi getting a good header by himself. No one marking him. Another weakness of Real Madrid when it comes down to aerial defense. Just, we're missing Camavinga in the midfield, and Lulin is really doing his duty. Yeah, I mean, what else can we ask? I mean, it sucks, right? We can't replicate Thibaut Courtois. We can't replicate that. We're going to have a massive drop-off with our goalkeeper. But our defense needs to be stepping it up. Our defense needs to be helping him out a little bit more. And then that shows it in the goal. We're poor in transition to defend any counter. If the right players to be in the back with pace, we're not there. I mean, we had Toni Kroos running back. I mean, I don't know what else to say. All right, foul. Called against Rodrigo. Yeah, I don't know who was supposed to be marking him. That's supposed to be Fran Garcia. Yeah, Fran Garcia there should have been covering Ramanazi.
Luis Javier García. Llega primero Carvajal. Carvajal y Akiem. Lateral para Almería.
What are you doing, Carvajal?
Se mete en el medio Carvajal. Acá viene el pelotazo. No llegó. Pubil. Uno de los refuerzos este año, Pubil. Llega de Levante por 5,5 millones.
All right, as we're rotating the ball from the back. Rudiger taking it. See if he can make a pass. Finds Carvajal as he's crossing midfield. Finding Fede Valverde. As they find Rodrigo there to rotate it to Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham trying to find Vinny as he's right there centrally and deep. Fran Garcia trying to make the overlap run, but Toni Kroos decides just to hold on and rotate it to Fede Valverde out on the right. I feel Toni Kroos isn't getting forward as much as Camavinga does, and Vinny doesn't get much help he got from last match. Alright, here comes Luis Suarez now as he's trying to take on 1v1 against Alaba, but blocked by Rudiger. You best believe Luis Suarez was aiming for that far post. I mean, he was charging that thing up and had a little bit of a zip on that ball. 40 minutes in, 5 minutes to go, plus whatever they're going to add, which I don't think it should be much more than 3 minutes. Nothing really has required a lot of stoppage. I mean, there have been several fouls, but should be fine. What is Lulin doing? What is Lulin doing in that play? Rudiger is basically I don't know what just that, but Rudiger just basically just is saving Lulin. In that set piece, I don't know what Lulin was doing. Like he got lost in that first post. He didn't look so secured, but he had to make that save because that shot from outside the box. And then I don't know what happened with Rodrigo there trying to take on the whole world right in his own box. It made no sense. All right, Tchouaméni trying to find the switch to Carvajal as he heads it down to find Fede Valverde as he's trotting inside. To find Rodrigo, finding Carvajal right there on the right as they're going to try to link up. Here comes Rodrigo. Rodrigo with his heavy touch. But Jude Bellingham takes a shot. Gets rebounded off a center back. But they're going to go ahead and let it go out for a corner kick in favor of Real Madrid. But a player going down, grabbing his calf. Looks like it's maybe his shin. As more than likely he's going to try to get some attention there from the medical staff. But I think it's from an overreach. Oh, friendly fire. The send. Friendly fire? No, I don't know. That replay didn't convince me anything. I think he was just playing it off there. All right. Corner kick taken. Finding Fran Garcia as he has to pass it all the way back to Lunin. And Lunin now in possession of the ball as he's keeping it, dragging it back, trying to find someone as he finds, I think that's Fede Valverde, trying to take it all the way up top as he's trying to find Carvajal right there on the right. Carvajal rotating it back to Rudiger. Rudiger to find Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos right there in the belly button of the field as he finds Fede. Fede rotating it with Jude, but Jude's pass just a little bit predicted where it gets kicked out of bounds by the left back of Almería. We need to start analyzing how many times Vinny loses the ball and how many times that turns to goals, conceding chances. I mean, we can. It's just following up with the sequence, right? Rudiger trying to find Jude Bellingham as he did in preseason. And we got basically 2 minutes of regular time plus whatever they're gonna do. Like I said, I think it shouldn't be more than 3 minutes. But they're doing the FIFA time where they add like, you know, random numbers towards the end. Ah, Alaba. Fran Garcia was making a run. Fran Garcia here on the left as he's trying to take on the 1v1 with the defender as he does. And he's trying to cross it in low. But Rodrigo taking a shot. He makes a save. The goalkeeper making a save. But Rodrigo just, man, what a slap shot from Rodrigo. Good play between him and Fran Garcia. As now Tchouaméni trying to cross it inside, finding Jude, but gets cleared out by the defender. And then a foul is occurred on Luis Suarez as they're trying to keep possession of the ball there. Good play from Fran Garcia as he does a low cross. Is that a foul? There's a bit of contact, but I don't think that was really a foul.
Ricardo, porque Vinicius como que no se nota muy cómodo en esa zona. Mientras más juegue por bandas Vinicius, parece que vemos al mejor Vinicius.
Bueno, acá hay tiro libre, falta.
No, listen, with my Vinicius, it's not, I don't have an agenda against Vinicius. I can criticize him. My thing is, it doesn't matter what position he's playing, and let it be on the right. He's not playing on the left. We get that, right? Obviously, based on the formation, the system that Carlo Ancelotti is doing, he's not playing on the left. But my goodness, when you have better options and you decide not to do the better option, yeah, there should be criticism. That's how he's not relevant in this game. Nothing has been impressive of Vinny in this game. To me, so far, as of right now, nothing positive has come out of Vinny. All right. Set piece for Almería to find a cross, but it goes way past everyone, so it gets rotated right back outside the 6-yard box as they're trying to cross it in, and it hits Fran Garcia. They're going to check it, but the ref is saying no. I think it's him more in the arm, but his arm is glued to his body. Here comes a body across, and Lulin having to make a last-ditch save again because this ball is just somehow creeping through our guys. I told y'all in the preview video that Almería is not going to be shy. They're not going to sit back like a Getafe. They just won't. They won't do it. They will put trouble to cause a goal. All right. No one outside the box. Here comes a shot. Ramanazi taking that shot, man. I'm telling you, players that I mentioned in my preview video are doing phenomenal in this game. Ramanazi, right? Well, my mistake on the Sergio Rivas, but I honestly thought he was on loan. I forgot he got transferred over to Almería. So I thought he's not going to be able to play against his parent club. But if he was transferred, yeah, I'd definitely say he was going to start. Okay, here comes Fran Garcia as he's trying to take it on, but he gets dispossessed by Baba, another player that I was going to keep an eye out for. Sergio Rivas was almost making a good run, man. But yeah, so Ramanazi, Embrada, Luis Suarez, these players are doing good. Like, they are nice. It's a nice squad here in Almería. 5 minutes. They gave us 5 minutes. There, Embrada messing up there and actually giving it right back to Real Madrid for a throw-in.
Sí, está muy cortito el césped, Hugo. Se ha mojado. Hay mucha humedad aquí en la noche porque es una zona de costa. Y es verdad.
Vinny trying to switch it all the way across to find Carvajal as he brings it down. Find Fede Valverde. Fede Valverde crossing the midfield. Trying to slice it through to find Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham just not paying attention that someone was behind him to cross it off. But look at that slide tackle from Chouameni. Unfortunately, not having to able to recover that ball in that possession. They bring it down. Alaba chesting it down to find Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos find Jude. Jude trying to settle it down, trying to find Vinicius, as Vinicius is basically running alongside with Fran Garcia because they're just in the same channel, which makes no sense. Good play. Garcia as he's trying to cross it in, but just because Rodrigo's short, couldn't be there, man. But what a cross right there from Fran Garcia, and that's what I like to see from Fran Garcia. Keep crossing it, man. Kid has a good cross. Uh-oh. Not good that the camera is zooming in to Jude Bellingham's his knee there. Looks a little gassed. I don't know if it's the... No one's there with Bellingham. Bellingham just trying to rotate it. Carvajal trying to find Toni Kroos. And golazo, papá! De Toni! But what a play. They'll probably check the previous play. Jude now with an assist. No, I think it was a hockey assist. I think it was Carvajal who set up the pass. Vamos! But what a goal. That helps. That's what you want to do. Right? They're going to check and see if that foul happened. I think so. Could be called. VAR. But it's 50-50. If he calls it, that's going to be messed up. But he might call it. He might call it. He might call it against us. He might call it against us. Yep, foul.
Esto sigue 1-1. Falta de Carvajal. Gol anulado.
Yep. Oh, he doesn't actually get the ball. Yeah. I think he's contesting for it, but he actually doesn't touch it, and then the stomp on the player is the foul. So.
Después de revisar el VAR.
¿A quién lo pisó? No, un chiste. Ese sí es un chiste mío.
But what a goal, though, man. That's a classic Toni Kroos goal right there. That Kroos curler. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to have the lead going to halftime, but it's still 0-0 or 1-1. I'm sorry. And obviously, from the mistakes, I think what we're learning with Real Madrid is going to be when teams do apply some attack. It's going to be in the transitions to making sure players are in the position they need to be to defend. Toni Kroos trying to find Fran Garcia there, as once again the confusion between Vinny and Fran Garcia in that left channel, that wide left channel, is confusing. Do we get crosses now? Wow, we get crosses. They're not perfect, but the ref goes ahead and calls it as we're in attack. But that should be it. Props to Fran Garcia, as they zoomed in there to certain players, but we're still 1-1. Anybody else? Why is Vinny? All right, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it, and I'm going to have the GC open because I want to see what people say. People are defending Vinny. Oh, he's going to get into form. Don't get me wrong. Can Vinny have a moment and do something? Of course. No one's going to deny that, and they're not going to say anything. But to get a highly involved Vinny that produces positive net positive to the outcome, that's not this match. We're not getting it from Vinny today. Like I said, can he have individual moments to take on two guys and he ends up in the box? Of course. But what's the end product? Where's the efficiency that most of us in the chat, in the space yesterday, were talking about of certain players? You got to be efficient. It's pointless to be a reckless bull at a china shop and then do nothing. There's nothing to give us that, hey, man, Vinny today is balling. He's not. In today's game, he's not balling. I don't care if you're a Vinny fan. I don't care. You just got to be real. We got to be real about it. Right? Like, let's stop trying. You know, if he wants the number 7, right? He wanted the number 7. He wanted this hype. He wanted to be the face and stuff, right? He wants this attention. Then, my guy, do it on the field and less on what you know. Less of the glamour of it, man. Put the nitty gritty in, right? Put the hard work in. Do it for your teammates. Don't do it for you. And a lot of examples in today's game in certain plays, he's doing it for himself. He doesn't set it up for somebody else to flourish. And that's a problem. He needs to wake up and realize that people will come to this team and actually do the work. All right? It's great what you did last season and the season before that, right? But you benefited off of what Benzema did. But to me, I think there's moments that you have to reflect and say, if you want to be that guy, there's more to it than just being the one scoring it in. There's more to it than just being the one nagging about things not going your way. Like, wake up, realize that your team needs you, keep your mouth shut, ball out, do what needs to be done to set it up. Even if it's an assist or a hockey assist, do the right thing. Don't get caught up on trying to be the showman here. I didn't come here to watch a theater show. I came to watch a ball game, right? It's true, man. The attitude replicate and it starts setting up a bad tone, right? Because now if I know that, I'm gonna put myself an example. If I'm in Toni Kroos's shoes and I'm watching you as maybe we're rotating the ball and I'm watching you nagging, walking around, but I'm seeing somebody else make a run, where do you think I'm gonna make the pass? The guy that's walking around because he's the number 7 and he's Vinny? No. I'll pass it to Fran Garcia that's behind him making a run. Right? There's this one play, I forgot what minute I was going to say the minute, but there's this one play that Vinny literally drops where Tchouameni's at just so he can get a touch of the ball. My guy, we need you up top. That's the position and the role that you're supposed to be playing in this system. Be a reference up top. And then there's moments that he likes to venture off to the left, which I have no problem with. But we also understand that because of this narrow formation, the wings have to be open for the fullbacks, right? And that's where you're going to find Fran Garcia making the overlap runs. But if you're not doing that, and you're blocking that channel for Fran Garcia to do something, then there's a miscommunication here. Something is not working. And I don't want to see Fran Garcia, as he's making runs going forward, to cut inside. That's not the best that we can see from Fran Garcia. I'm letting everybody know. Where's Vinny in that goal? All the way by the sideline, walking towards the box. Like I just watched the replay and Vinny just walking. Not involved in the box, nowhere near the box. He's walking towards it as Jude Bellingham is grabbing the ball out of the net and walking back to half field. That's disappointing, man. That truly is disappointing. And all plays right now the Rodrigo's one shot that goes far post. Once again, Vinny walking towards the box. Not involved. Not there. Lulin doing some great saves in that span of like the 35th all the way to maybe the 47th, 40. But yeah, man. There's a lot to say. Can we come off with this win with this team? We should. We should. We should come off with the win. Can Almería stun you and actually come up and get the win? Of course. They're able to. But would have been nice to see that goal from Toni Kroos because it was a golazo. But Carvajal just cutting toenails on that poor guy. Yeah, he's playing by himself. Yeah. I'm going to take a look at the Sofa score because I actually want to see how many dispossession he has. Lulin in a 7. They're giving him a 7.3 on Sofa score. Rudiger a 7.1. Federico Valverde with a 7.2. Tchouameni with a 6.9. Toni Kroos with a 7.5. Jude Bellingham a 7.7. And Rodrigo a 7.1. Vinicius a 6.9. The heat map. Showing me the heat map, and that's pretty. He's pretty deep. I can honestly say if you look at it. He took 2 shots, one in the 8th minute and one in the 15th minute. All right. Let's see. 1 shot off target, 1 shot blocked. Dribble attempts, 3. Only one of them was successful. 30 touches for Vinny. His passing, he's only had 16, and he's only had 13 of them to be accurate. 1 cross, not accurate. 3 long balls, he switched them right. Ground duels, he's done 8, and 5 of them successful. Possessions lost, 8. Was fouled 4 times. And he got dribbled once. He got dribbled past once. If Vinny wants to be the guy, you gotta do a couple things here, man. You gotta step it up a little bit more. In the GC that I'm in the spaces that we're in, we try to refrain from saying things about Vinny, right? He's our guy, this and this. But man, like, how do you let the dude that's debuting this season already get 2 goals already in his 2 matches, and you're the guy? So someone might clip this, but I don't know, man. It's really frustrating because you know what the kid can do, but we warned some people in our GC about what potentially could happen with Vinny. I'm happy for Sergio Rivas. I honestly am. This kid is brilliant. He is a La Liga caliber. He was the top player in the 3rd division last season with Castilla. I mean, the dude was just levels above the 3rd division. Unfortunate, not getting promoted. But man, things have to be said, honestly, of how, we have certain talent and that we're just not giving them a chance in the first team. I get it. There's big names. I get it. There's individuals that they come in, especially this year as the midfield was pretty stacked and the player more than likely thought he's not going to get the minutes. But man, I'm happy for him. I honestly am. I called it on Twitter saying that he was going to score against us. It's just this thing happens with Real Madrid and their ex-players. We just get... I mean, look at Joselu. He did it last season. It just happens. Any ex-players from Real Madrid, they show out against Real Madrid. Like, if they got something to prove, right? It happens, man. It happens. Yep, I told y'all Vinny. I know, man. Vinny in away games is going to be an issue for Real Madrid. And you notice, there's really nothing that the crowd is going to be against Vinny in this game. I mean, there's a couple boos here and there, but it's not like they're really out there to get him. But good for Sergio Ramanazi. Pretty good, man. Finding himself in good moments. Robertone. Oh, that's his name. He's the captain. He's good as a double pivot with Bava. Embrava. He's setting up some good crosses, man. He's actually doing really good on the left. Compared to how they played it last week against Rayo. Obviously, they were trusting the little zippy kid, Lázaro, but he's not starting today because I think they were really going to integrate Sergio Rivas because, I mean, he did a good show out in the second half. He's really involved. So I don't think they're going to let this kid just sit in the bench compared to the, not the good performance of Lázaro in the first half. What we got to be aware of is it's going to be the second balls for Almería as they rotate it and get it around to get a cross back in because they're going to try to find Luis Suarez. And as we all notice, even in the first half, how that ball doesn't get cleared out the first instance, right? That ball is still stuck in between the legs of our defenders. And so Real Madrid needs to be aware of that, what's happening, especially as they find themselves crossing it in. I'll bring Joselu in and sit. I would. At this point, I would. Because actually, we were doing really good when we were crossing it in. Like, we were finding some guys, and imagine Joselu at the end of it. Celta Vigo. Yeah. Celta Vigo and Real Sociedad ended up with the draw. How's the La Liga look? I want to see the other games, too. Let me look at the other games. What's happening in the world of football. All right, Premier League. Brentford beats Fulham 3-0. Liverpool with a man down, too. I saw that tackle from McAllister there. Some people were discussing if it should have been a red card, but hey, listen, your studs are up, man. I know they were going both for it, but one of them got the bad end of the studs. They beat Bournemouth 3-1. Something happened with the Luton Town game. I heard that something was regarding to the stadium not ready for the match. But to me, it's like if they weren't ready from the beginning, then why schedule them at home? Just make it away. I don't get the organization here. Brighton, man. I predicted on Twitter, I think they're getting top 4 this year. I mean, just the way they're playing, as long as they don't get injuries, and if they can pick up a good forward, dude, they'll be outscoring teams left and right. Can someone explain to me? Yeah, I just saw that. Can someone explain to me what happened with Man United? How do you lose against Tottenham? Well, good for Tottenham. Let's see who. Okay, son, I see you. And then Pape Sarr, man. Oh, that's cool. Neat. So at 2 o'clock, right, is the Man City and Newcastle. That should be a good one. What's y'all's prediction on that one? Newcastle's a well-coached team. They're a contender for top 4, in my opinion. All right, so the last game for La Liga today is going to be the Osasuna against Athletic Club. All right, Bundesliga, Augsburg against Mönchengladbach, 4-4. Man, Bundesliga's games today were like high scoring, except for Borussia Dortmund. But 4-4, Augsburg against Mönchengladbach. 3-2, phenomenal game by Leverkusen against Leipzig. Hoffenheim and Freiburg. Freiburg winning that one, 2-1. Wow, Stuttgart beating Bochum 5-0. Wolfsburg beating Heidenheim. Heidenheim? Yeah. Wolfsburg beating 2-0 and Borussia Dortmund beating Köln 1-0. All right. Calcio started, so that's good. Hellas Verona beating Empoli 1-0. Napoli beating Frosinone 3-1. Newcastle might just do it right since City usually starts slow. Yeah. And then just obviously they just had their match not too long ago for their the Super Cup, so I know that they already had done rotations in that game so that they can save some players, but I mean, losing KDB for them early this season is going to be telling for sure. It's Genoa versus Fiorentina later today, and then Inter against Monza. I was hearing about that Parisian player not starting today, and I'm not talking about Dembele. It's the other one. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Lovely, lovely weekend for football. All right. Any rotations? Anything going on right now? Let's see. My broadcast is a bit slow here. All right, broadcast is up. Yeah, my broadcast was way slow, man. What is going on here? ESPN. Were there any changes? Doesn't look like it. No changes. Here we go.
Perdón, Ricky, no te respondí. Sí, terminado el Bernabéu el 23 de diciembre, en lo que va a ser una maravilla, ¿eh? El estadio está quedando precioso.
Vas a tener que ir a verlo, Hugo.
So I mentioned already at halftime that I do believe I do believe Almería is gonna they're gonna go for the win. Good play there. Look at Ramanazi as he's trying to find somebody, but Carvalho having to drop. Chouameni heading it, and Rodrigo trying to take on the run as he's now trying to dribble through. He just doesn't have he doesn't have the strength on the ball. Rodrigo could easily be dispossessed, man. The moment he hits shoulder to shoulder, he's just, I won't say it, he's not Lightfoot, but he doesn't have, you know, the strength to be on the ball. Oh, Toni Kroos just getting, Toni Kroos just being juked right there at the end by Embrada. Good from Tchouaméni there. But Toni Kroos trying to get rid of it. And Vinny with the foul. No, brother. You cannot complain, bro. The man is complaining and nagging for fouling someone. Like, my guy, like, the nagging is gonna get really, really old, man. It already is. I'm just saying, for the Madridistas, man, we're getting to a point where you're running on thin water. Good cross inside to see if you can find someone, but it just goes way wide. But you best believe that's what Almeria is going to be doing, right? They're going to take advantage of the sloppiness that we tend to do when it comes down to crosses. Fede Valverde trying to play it from the back with Carvajal as he passes it back to Rudiger, and Rudiger in his own box, rotating into Alaba. As we're still deep right there, as both of our center backs trying to move forward with the ball as they find Toni Kroos as he rotates it back to Alaba. Alaba trying to see if he can find someone. Tchouaméni dropping deep, see if he can be part of that rotation as he passes it to Rudiger. Rudiger right there next to Fede Valverde. Fede Valverde making that ping switch to find Fran Garcia. Fran Garcia trying to bring it down as he finds Fran Garcia trying to see if he can do something outside in the middle. Fede Valverde taking a shot but just going wide. A good set of play there. It all starts with Fede Valverde finding Fran Garcia and that ping pass. It's going to be a very long season. Ooh, man. This Vinny conversation, I think it's going to be interesting for sure, man, within our fan base. He's going to get a yellow, isn't he? He's going to get a yellow, right? Somebody said it, and I think I saw it in the group chat. What you could do here now is, oh, he took the cleats to the thigh too. The collision was going for the ball, but both players going down this way. Obviously, they collided hip to hip. One player obviously getting the bad end of it, but Vinny did take some cleats to the thigh. But to me, I was gonna say, in the if there is substitution, if Vinny should be stepping out, is that Joselu should go in for Vinny and then put Rodrigo out on the left of that, right? Make Joselu be on the right of those two pairings. But yeah, I think Joselu should go in for Vinny. Good from Fran Garcia to close that out for a throw-in for Almeria. Same thing with Fran Garcia. I think he's not having the best starts, but he's growing into the game. Which you would say that's what I want to see from Vinny, right? Maybe you're not starting well, but grow into the game. He hasn't grown into the game. Just let's be honest here. Cleared out by Alaba as he heads it out. Sergio Rivas, man, what a player! I still say I can't believe why we don't start him. Carvajal just trying to get rid of it as he passes it out, but no one there, so Jude Bellingham having to slide. Tchouaméni getting out dispossessed. But dude, Carvajal, like, can we talk here in the back, man? He looks like he's limping now because he had to make a last-ditch save when he could have just let it go. Ooh. Ramanazi was going to get there. As the rotated Almeria is going to have a shot. No one steps up, man. Why does no one step up? Like, everybody's still stuck between the penalty and the 6-yard box. Step outside the box when the ball is being rotated. It's simple football in set pieces. Makes no sense. It's frustrating, man. It's already 3 plays that these guys get it right outside the box. Okay, here comes Vinny. Vinny trying to take on the whole world. That's a pen. I don't know what happened there. I really, it just went out too quick because I'm still frustrated from our defending of set pieces and corners. Is Vinny get fouled here? I don't know about that if it's a PK. If it is, I think it's fairly soft. That's a foul there, number 4. And then, but Jude does foul the center back there. I don't know. I don't know if that's a penalty, I'll be honest. I don't know in the chat if y'all thought that was a penalty. Vinny is limping. Gingerly, walking back. Alright, long balls are working for Almería right now. Embarra. Trying to cross it in to find someone as it goes through 2 players. Jimenez and Luis Suarez, but it just goes all the way through for Fran Garcia to pick it up out there in the wide channel as he finds Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos taking it all the way in midfield to see if he can find someone. Does break the line with Jude Bellingham as he passes it back to Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos trying to find someone as he finds Vinny, but Vinny's passing it to Rodrigo, who's really deep on that left. Here comes Chouameni as he's rotating with Rodrigo, and Rodrigo finding Jude out here on the right as he's progressing it, trying to get it forward, but a bad pass there to get intercepted for a slide tackle. Yeah, soft touch. Yeah. Yeah, the Vinny thing, yeah, pretty soft. All right, Chouameni trying to hold on to the ball as he's getting pressure there, but does really good against Luis Suarez as he rotates it to Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos passes it to Fran Garcia here on the left. Trying to see who's in the box, but there's no one in the dang box because no one's going to be up top. Embarba doing good with Sergio Rivas taking it right there on the left. And once again, Fran Garcia having to trot back because once again, he has to do all the offensive work on the side, man. But where are people at in the box? It makes no sense to me. Cross again. Trying to take a shot, but look, Ramanazi trying to take a shot there. Ramazani. Okay, I mean he took the shot. That was a good shot. That thing could have caught Lunin for surprise. But I'm having frustration. Well, the thing is, like, I don't have a problem with Fran Garcia because Fran Garcia is trying to get in the right place, right? Oh, Rodrigo here on the right trying to take it on, beats the defender, getting inside the box. Ah, man, yeah, Rodrigo there. Oh, man, he's doing almost the same thing as what Vinny's doing, trying to take on the whole world. Fran Garcia, get back, bro. They're going to stun us, aren't they? Luis Suarez hacia atrás. Con mucha paciencia Almería. Edgar. My thing isn't that frustration of Fran. He's trying to find someone in the box, but he has no one, so then he can't cross it because he knows he's going to cross it for no reason. So, can I rotate it? And he loses the ball, yes. But at the same time, where's the reference up top? Like David Ancelotti, like, pull out your iPad and notice what's going on here. Look what reproduced the goal was from a cross. Here comes Fran Garcia as he actually intercepts and anticipates that one to find now as he's part of the play. Here comes Vinny 1v1. Can he beat this 1v1 as he's trying to get the pace across? As he's trying to find Rodrigo, but gets up far behind. And here comes Carvajal as he picks it up and finds Fede Valverde as he has it inside. He's going to try to take a shot. He doesn't. But Vinny's trying to play it back to Fede Valverde with a back heel pass, but gets beat. Ramazani, here comes the high step from Rudiger, and he gets it. We get to see the high step from Rudiger in this game as he makes his debut today for the season. All right, so game was going back and forth, but I think there's now a sense of composure from both teams as they're trying to settle the ball. And Toni Kroos. Random and rare pass to get intercepted by Ramazani. As we're getting to the hour mark, I think there, to me, in my opinion, there should be some rotation now. There should be some subs. But knowing Carlo Ancelotti, we probably do it around the 75th, 77th minute, when the guys going in won't have that time. So the only one that in the midfield can go in is Brahim Diaz or Luka Modric. Because Camavinga should not go in this game. We don't need a Camavinga in this game. Sorry to say it, but we don't need to risk it if he has a meniscus issue. It's pointless. Don't put him in. Good from Rudiger there to beat Luis Suarez as he's trying to take on the whole world. Tchouaméni as he's trying to rotate it, trying to take it, progress it forward. And as if you notice, there comes a good pass. Get rid of it, man.
Sí, para Chumi, que lo decíamos el primer tiempo, por repetición, ¿no? de infracciones, el futbolista de la Almería, Chumi, con el número 21, es el primer amonestado del partido. Y se viene una modificación, Ricky, y no es del Madrid, es del Almería.
All right, Chumi picking up a yellow there on the foul of Vinny. That's been in multiple times already. He's... All right, see who's coming in for Almería as they're now looking into making a sub.
Dion. Va como Dion.
Va como Dion. Es Dion Lopi.
Bueno, ahora nos avisas quién sale. El centro.
Here we go. A Jude Bellingham brace. What did I say about crosses? Didn't I say we should be crossing the ball?
Del Real Madrid, el nuevo goleador de la mitad de la cancha, inglés, 20 años, 3 goles en 2 partidos.
Toni Kroos, man.
Jude Bellingham, 2-1.
A cross. A cruz cross. I don't know what happened with the defense there, though. I was looking at the lineup here. I wasn't even actually watching the play, so I got to watch this. Oof. All right. Good run. Good run by Jude. Ooh, that was a little dangerous, but... Wow. Yeah, man, because I would... Those kind of crosses, because I remember playing this when I was much younger, when I was up top. Because as you get older, they end up putting you further back. But I would play forward, and I wanted to get the balls. Man, I was fairly short, but I can jump really high. So I would go for these headers. It's the ones that it's almost like a 50-50 between you and the goalie. And there are times that you catch the bad end. You might touch the ball, you might not have made a contact, because now you're in the air, and you don't anticipate the goalie coming and just creaming you, man. Oh, when you get those like elbows right to the ribs, or you get like punched right in the side of your head for those plays. Oh, those crosses, man, they're kind of scary. So pretty brave there from Jude to go in for those. But yeah, Real Madrid up 2-1. Once again, little involvement, although the foul was won by Vinny, but beyond that, man. Huselo needs to come into this kind of game. Right? As we rotating the ball, as Chudmani thought that Fran Garcia was there, but it gets picked up by Vinny. Vinny trying to cross it in, and as Rodrigo making that run, but... Good cross. I think they now made their sub, so... Was it Kone? So Kone goes in for, yeah, Ramazani. I thought he had a good game. Ramazani, I think he was really good. I called him in the preview video that I thought they did fairly good, but I think what they're doing now is trying to add an extra body for the double pivot to potentially help out Robertone. and Baba.
Es un equipo corrioso y Vicente Moreno
Or actually, Gone is going. Looks like he's playing up top. Like he's being the number 9, and they put Luis Suarez out on the left with Sergio Rivas on the right. Okay, so they're getting rid of the 10, and I think they're going with 3 up top. Good pass there from Tchouaméni to find Fran Garcia as he's crossing it, but no one in the dang box. All right, going and making that strut run with Luis Suarez as he's trying to beat Carvajal. Carvajal gets beat there. Both our center backs end up like following Cone, and they don't pick up the cut run inside from Luis Suarez as he's trying to take a shot. Not happy about that. What a cross, and what a way to be there from Jude. Yeah, because those are the ones that the goalie's coming from behind you, so you just, those guys will come with their knee really high on your back, man. Or they'll come and punch your head, and they'll say, oh, I was going for the ball. Man, on Sunday leagues too, when you got these fat goalkeepers that coming out super late, and yet they stick their knee or their cleat right at you. I don't miss those days, man. Those days were rough. That's whenever I was playing in this open division on Sundays that I got invited by like coworkers that were like in their 30s. They were like, "Hey, come out." And I'm 21. So I'm the young kid that's running around. But I would go against these 40, 30-year-olds, and man, they're super dirty. All right, Vinny, see what Vinny does, and does nothing. So here comes Rodrigo as he's trying to cut in. We're overcooking, no? He's got Rodrigo and Vinny today. They're overcooking. Good from Fede there. Trying to get it out so we can get some guys back to defend. As now Almería trying to rotate the ball as they get some light pressure from Rodrigo. I need to see some subs from Carlo Ancelotti. Like this is a bit frustrating from Rodrigo and Vinny today. So if they're not going to do the work, then just put someone that's going to do it. What does the chat say? Oh, we're still with the goal. Okay. Let me check out my Twitter friends out there. Oof. And I think he injured himself in that cross. More than likely just... Oh, that's a good game. Wait, let me check. My club is doing Rodrigo overcooking, I agree. Yeah. It would be nice to get another goal for sure. And I'm currently seeing a lot of players from Almería warming up, but what subs out? So if he's not going to sub out Vinny, Rodrigo needs to step out and put Joselu. We need someone up top now. Like, I'm great that these guys can dribble and they can dribble the first 2 guys, but the final product at the end, it's like for what? You get dispossessed. You can't take on the whole world. So hydration period right now. Can we see some subs, man? Like, David, get your iPad out, man. The midfield, maybe the midfield, I would get somebody, just so we can get some fresh legs. But maybe I would even take Jude out a little bit and put in Brahim so he can play behind Vinny and Rodrigo if they're still there. But like I said, if one of the forwards gets subbed, meaning Vinny and Rodrigo, put Joselu and Brahim. Right, so now that diamond, which is still working, you got Brahim at the tip of that diamond. Jude now rested. And then you still got Camavinga and Fede. Camavinga. You got Tchouaméni and Fede still doing some of the work with Gross, as Gross will continue to work it. But we need to see something now a little bit different. So Jude now cutting right inside. No one's following him as he probably could have potentially set it up as he takes a weak shot, but he could have passed it to Vinny. But now that he made that run, we're still too spread out. Almost an intercepted pass there from Carvajal with his chest, but gets recovered by the team. Here comes Cone as he's getting pressured there by Alaba as he passes it back. Guys being pulled out of position, but Rudiger intercepts that pass right there so we can settle the ball and keep rotating it. Jude Bellingham getting it outside, rotating it out to the right with Carvajal. Carvajal back to Jude. And Jude now treading it back to find Rudiger as we can kind of compose and set some players to catch their breath in that last sequence. Alaba passing it out to Toni Kroos to find Fran Garcia out on the left. Fran Garcia trying to link up with Vinny. Vinny trying to take on that pressure. Now it's 2v1. And he gets dispossessed. Fran Garcia tries to apply that pressure, but Toni Kroos gets it. Toni Kroos finds inside with Fede Valverde. Fede Valverde finds Carvajal out here on the right. Tries to find a Rodrigo. Rodrigo inside, but it just creeps right through everybody in the find. But man.
La pelota que se va por la línea de fondo. Otra vez, Hugo, se nota la falta de un centro delantero, ¿no?
They said it in Spanish right now, the commentator. You're missing a number 9 here. Because Rodrigo can make that run, but where's the 9 to be there at the final product, man?
Pero si hubiese estado ahí ese delantero, ese jugador, pues nada más le queda empujar la pelota.
All right, some substitutions for Almería.
Bueno, se retira Pubil para el ingreso del número 17.
Fresh legs for Almería. Number 17 going in. And Melero going in with... Yeah, so Marc Pubil, the guy that crossed it in a couple series ago, looks like he pulled something, so he's going out. And then Roberto Ne. Roberto Ne.
Castilla pasó por Huesca, Levante.
Y se retira Robertone, se ha retirado para el ingreso de Pozo.
Robertone. All right, so more fresh legs for Almería compared to our guys. Luka Modric tying his cleats. More than likely going in for somebody. Let it be Jude, potentially. Camavinga is warming.
Quedan 20 minutos, se está ganando Real Madrid 2-1, lo dio vuelta. 2 goles de Jude.
All right, chat. David and Carlo Ancelotti needs to be. We need to have a conversation about these guys and their substitutions, of understanding what's needed and what's not. Camavinga should not be in this game, guys. Camavinga should not be in this game.
También. Países Bajos. Ahí está Vinicius le quiere pegar y no puede, se enreda con la pelota. ¿Lo notás un poco bajoneado, Vinicius, Hugo?
Sí.
Es que en esa zona es complicado para
Okay, here comes a counterattack for Almería. Embrava taking it right there on the right as he's trying to cross it in, but gets intercepted there by Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos trying to apply the pressure, but he dives in for a bad tackle as they cross it in. And Luis Suarez there, as I mentioned before, the aerial aspect.
Otra vez Almería cerca del segundo. Seguimos 2-1.
Sí.
They're going to start crossing it in, but what a cross. No one marking him. Carvajal just lets him run right through. No. Vinny should be off. I'm saying Vinny should be off. But my frustration is that we're seeing Camavinga coming in. Camavinga off. Put in Joselu with Rodrigo. Put Brahim Diaz. But, like, what are you doing, man? Do you take Rodrigo off? And watch where you're going to see. You're going to see a Vinicius by himself up top, trying to make those long runs, and he's going to get frustrated because they're not giving it right to him. All right, so I'm trying to understand what they're playing here. So Jude, so it's going to be a 4-4-2, but the two guys stacked. They're not going to be next to each other, but stacked. Why is Camavinga in this freaking game, man? What is Camavinga doing in this game?
Carvajal. Ahora Camavinga. Con Fran García. Con una protección. Camavinga.
Exactly. Why is Camavinga playing? Exactly. When tactically, when you're analyzing the game and you're noticing what's missing is a freaking 9. I don't need an extra midfielder.
Voy a forzarlo, pero forzar a un jugador que ahora mismo el resultado está más cerca el 3-1 que el 2-2.
And Vinny scores. Oh, and Vinny scores, right? That's great. And Vinny scores. And Vinny scores. So the whole conversation we had at halftime, the group chat is going to completely forget what we talked about, what Vinny is not doing. This is what's going to happen. He's going to mask the problem we just had for 73 minutes. Right? Because he scored. Now whatever he did in the first 73 minutes since that goal is going to go out the window. It deflects off of somebody here. So let's not say that he actually intended to do this. It gets a deflection.
Con el puño cerrado, Carlo Ancelotti. Ahora sí permite relajarse el técnico italiano. Una piña en el festejo de los jugadores en un partido que se le había complicado, pero lo ha roto la calidad individual que tiene, sobre todo delante el Real Madrid. Gran partido. De la temporada para Vini. Sí, primer gol para Vini y ya veremos, pero puede que sea el segundo partido.
I'm telling everybody in the group chat, so for the first 73 minutes from Vini, we're going to forget that.
Ataca Almería y ojo con este, puede ser el remate que daba allí en Alaba, el toque para Suárez.
Oh, Almería, man, they're getting close. Great that people are calling that Vinicius was on the score today, but it's about the performance, my guys. The performance. And Vini might score again. No? Okay. So in that shot is his true shot, and look how far wide it is. When he had an easier play to make, he wants to take it on himself. Like, I mean, guys, just because you get the goal, man, amazing, cool. You put us up, now we're safe, but man, you forget the first 73 minutes, no. Like, to me, I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be that guy. Hydration, period.
No hay cámaras ni micrófonos, algo que la liga sí hizo en la primera jornada.
And that's why being effective is important. Yeah. Imagine if he has been effective today. Then we would have a different conversation, right? But right now he's padding up the stats, and right now everybody's going to forget the first 73 minutes.
Sí, Bellingham está mostrando esa personalidad, esa seguridad, ese liderazgo, a pesar de que lleva poco tiempo en el Real Madrid. Y bueno, es uno de los líderes más ya en la cancha, Martín y Ricardo. Y con su juego tanto defensivo como ofensivo, se está ganando el reconocimiento no solamente de la plantilla del Real Madrid, sino los aficionados y la gente conocedora de fútbol. Le está dando galones a un jugador que va a ser rentable por muchos años en el Real Madrid. Aquí está.
20 años para el inglés. Le ganó los 3 al arquero.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the chat, man, and it's just...
Algo le está pasando a Kroos.
Kroos got subbed out.
Vendando, lo están tratando, yo creo que no terminó bien, Tony. Este es uno de los cambios, ¿no? De las transformaciones de la temporada. El nuevo rol que tiene el...
The thing is, no one's going to talk about it, man.
Más protagonismo para Tchouaméni, más protagonismo para Camavinga, más protagonismo para Valverde, en detrimento de 2 leyendas, ¿no? Que son Toni Kroos y Modric, que indudablemente van a tener menos minutos. Hablamos de Luka Modric, que ya tiene 38 años.
Bueno, Hugo, la temporada es larga y esta época del año hace mucho calor. No viene mal cuidarlos
All right, a foul. Joselu Ibrahim might never even play a match. No, it sucks, man. Wait, what? How is this a foul when the player is the one that puts a stud on Alaba? Come on, La Liga, man. Come on, La Liga. My goodness. The flag ref right there, the linesman right there standing like 2 feet away, and he calls a foul against Real Madrid when the dude is the one that... Come on, man. No. No, someone said I'm not trying to say anything about Vinny. No, I have a thing against Vinny today. All right, going against Rudiger. Let's see what Rudiger can do with the 1v1. Good shuffle there. Rudiger. All right, Joselu getting ready. This is what I'm for. This is what I'm for. Take Vinny off, man. Take Vinny off. All right, so Luna doesn't have a good long pass because that thing just went straight to Almería. Need to write that down. Need to take notes here.
Hablando de fondo de armario, va a entrar Joselu en el Madrid con el número 14.
Bueno. ¿Por quién? A ver, Martín. A ver, Ricardo. Si así
Lulin.
Mójense un poquito los dos.
Uy.
Cannot.
¿Quién sale?
O Bellingham o Vini.
O Bellingham.
Kick it far.
Bellingham, digo.
Sí.
Acá viene el cambio de Edgar.
Puede ser, ¿no? Como un cierto festejo.
All right, about 10 minutes left to go in this match, besides any of the additional FIFA time that they tend to do now at the end of the game.
En determinado momento del partido, pero bueno.
Camavinga, bro. Take it easy. I know they put you in, but bro, you got to take it easy, man.
Ricardo, lo gracioso, no sé si vieron las medias de Bellingham, que están como abiertas en los gemelos en la parte de atrás.
What are we trying to save here? Why are we trying to keep the ball, man? What are we doing? Get rid of it.
Manías, ¿no? De jugadores. Mira, aprobado, Ricky. Se va Bellingham.
All right, Bellingham.
Ahí. Muy bien. Te puso a
All right, so Belly is being subbed off. I honestly can say I don't think he can keep this up. Like physically, meaning like to play that role as a 10. He's doing it, don't get me wrong, and he's there. Got 2 goals and assists, so 10 kilometers today. Put in the mileage. All right, Joselu. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. But no one's going to cross it to him. No one's going to... Yeah, Camavinga can't jump, man. Something's up with this kid. He's hurt, man. And I don't know why we put him in. All right, Joselu. Get your goal here.
Confianza y motivación a Joselu, que en sus últimas actuaciones no ha aprovechado las ocasiones claras de gol que se le han presentado, y pues le da confianza para que así cuando haya necesidad de él, pues responda.
Le estrechaba la mano, Ancelotti a Bellingham al salir. Imagino que...
All right, 4-4-2 for sure, as it was earlier.
Falta de gol del equipo, falta de número 9.
But Almería is going to try to get something out of here. It's very just unfortunate because Almería it's a good squad. I mean, look what they're doing. They're actually trying to play against Real Madrid. You got to give credit to that. Cross all the way. Fran Garcia heads it but puts it right back. He could have just let that ball really kind of go through. But I think he just felt like someone was behind him, so he had to head it. But here he comes. Here comes Embra as he's trying to cross it in to find someone. But he goes through everyone for a goal kick. No, I still have my thing. I took my notes. I took my notes about Vinny.
Lleva 2 goles esta temporada. El año pasado anotó 8 con el Borussia Dortmund. 3 en 2 partidos acá. Modric, ¡epa! ¡Qué cañito precioso llega con él! Ahora sale jugando Valverde. Va Valverde. El toque de José Lu de primera.
Good play right there. Link ups between Fede and Carvajal with Joselu.
Modric encara, Modric que va, Modric le puede pegar. A ver, sí, Carvajal. Mete el centro.
Oh, trying to find Joselu in the back post there, but that's what I want to see. It's crosses, man. Crosses. Find Joselu. He's going to be there. Luis Suarez against Rudiger. Rudiger putting somebody on there. Rudiger going back to slow and delay that play. All right, Tchouaméni. Nice slide tackle there. Good play from Tchouaméni, man. Tchouaméni's a boss.
Para José Lu para recuperar esa confianza que le está depositando Ancelotti.
Luka Modric. Federico Valverde. Carvajal y José Lu. Modric para José Lu.
Joselu, Modric, Joselu. Modric finding Carvajal.
El Real Madrid, Carvajal engancha.
Too many bodies inside. Joselu having to move around. Let's keep rotating that ball. Joselu will open up. Don't worry. Joselu's going to open up. I'm telling you, Joselu's going to open up. Trying to find a cross inside. Please try to find a cross inside. Ah. Find him. Find him. Find. Cross it in. Joselu needs a goal. Dog, man. What kind of crosses are these?
No, cómo ordena el tráfico, Luca, ¿no? Cómo el equipo tiene otra lógica, mucho más ordenada, cómo maneja los tiempos, Modric. Evidentemente Ancelotti no lo ve para jugar más tiempo del que
Forgot to check on our team here.
Pero cuando entra Luca se ilumina otro.
All right, so our boys, good game.
Modric con la falta.
La pregunta, Ricky Hugo, es cómo hará para gestionar esto desde el punto de vista.
All right, our guys won.
Pocos minutos siendo un futbolista que no está acostumbrado a eso.
Ojo con esta. Pozo, Alex Pozo, el centro.
Nice save there from Lulin. I thought it was a foul maybe on Alaba, but I think Lala just lost his footing there. Or got out-muscled. All right, so we ended up getting a tie 3-3. That was our. That's our U7. Oh, nice. We got a 5-2 dub. Sweet. Good weekend. All right. Trying to slow it down. Rotate it. Tchouaméni finding Rudiger. So Rudiger passes back to Lulin. Looks like no pressure being applied until they find Luka Modric. Luka Modric trying to find someone. Oof. As he took on a good pass to find Vinny. Vinny now in the run. That might be an offside. Yeah. Close. I think he kept him on. I don't know. I think the left back was keeping Fran Garcia on. Like, he was further deeper in the frame, and he looked really leveled with cross inside. As we're still struggling to take care of aerial crosses and stuff like that. The team is applying that pressure against us, but Fran Garcia just having to rip it and clear it out for a throw-in here in the 86th minute. Ooh, just like inches away from actually getting contact on that ball. That's not a valid throw-in if you're going to jump, by the way. You can't jump as you're throwing it. Some refs would have some refs would have called some refs in some of my games that are at get on kids about that. It's like if you let the professionals do it, then my goodness, why are you getting on kids about it? All right, moving the ball, rotating it. Slower tempo for sure. Frank Garcia just trying to rotate it to Camavinga finding Vinicius going really deep. Vinicius trying to get it and trying to take on the whole world now. It's Vinny versus the world. He has a pass. He could have easily made a pass 7 seconds ago to find Carvajal. As they're trying to find... But Vinny, man. What's happening with Vinny? Why is it so delayed? Okay, Husselu. Settle that ball. Come on, Husselu. I need a goal from you, man. I've been speaking about you. Carvajal taking a shot, getting blocked by the goalkeeper. I thought he was going to set it right back for Husselu because Husselu was running right. But see what Husselu was doing in that run? Husselu was actually making a last-ditch run to get in the box to find something. But in previous plays, when Rodrigo was putting something in that area, there was no one there. Yeah, Husselu was there as he was coming in. If he would have just lobbed it off right to Husselu would have headed it in the far post. Luka Modric trying to take that. Here comes the changes. Lucas Vazquez going in, potentially for Carvajal. Ibrahim potentially going in for Fede Valverde. Lucas Vazquez going in for Vinny. So who's up top with Husselu? This makes no sense to me now. Oh, so Brahim Diaz is now with... So Brahim Diaz is in for Vinny. So it's Vinny and Husselu up top. All right. Full time done. But now they're obviously going to add some minutes. So what is it? I don't think I saw any minutes being added. Cool to see Nico Paz there in the back. 9 minutes, guys. That makes no sense then, because if you're going to count the hydration period, if you're going to add the hydration period, then why are you counting that? That makes no sense. All right, and 2 extra substitutions. So there goes the Brazilian I was talking about, Lázaro. Arribas being subbed off. Unfortunate, but he gets his goal against his former club. And then Baba is going out there. Unfortunate for Almería, because I think in both games they're really fairly good. All right, so it's 9 minutes, but it's already almost in the second minute, so should be 7 minutes left, ideally. Cross inside, see if they can find someone. He actually does bring it down. Lucas Vazquez having to cover that, but he's getting pulled left and right. But then Rudiger having to clear that as the ball was coming inside the 6-yard box. Lucas Vazquez being played out there. Elbowed by Luis Suarez. Here comes Brahim Diaz as he's trying to take everybody. Look at Husselu making that run. Here comes Brahim Diaz as he takes on somebody else. But cross it. Find someone. Oh. Now, I think everything else was good from Brahim Diaz, but it was just the final pass. The final pass. Joselu was there.
Pues por poco sale la jugada esta de la contra. Ibrahim mostrando esa habilidad que tiene del 1 contra 1. Y ahí creo que el oficio de Joselu tenía que haberse adelantado al defensa porque iba muy incómodo. La manera en cómo torció ahí el centro y le está diciendo adelántate porque yo no podía mandar el centro más atrás por lo incómodo que llegó Ibrahim.
Bueno, ya estamos en el minuto 93.
There you go. Look at Fran Garcia still making the runs. Look at Joselu. Look at Joselu. Look at Joselu.
Fran Garcia le da el arco, no. El zurdazo desviado por muy poco.
Can no one find Joselu?
Es impresionante.
Can no one find Joselu? Is my man a ghost?
Todos los partidos es de los jugadores que más kilómetros recorren el campo en cada partido. Estamos hablando de él es uno de ellos, Fran García, Bellingham es el otro por el centro del campo y Valverde es el otro jugador, los que más corren kilómetros.
Exactly, man. We're playing like we have no one up top and everybody just decides, well, I'm taking it myself then. The Brahim Diaz one is just like his body position by the time that he needed to take a decision. He just couldn't get that pass to get further behind him, right? To cross it further back. He just crossed it, you know, straight to the side of him. But Joselu was there, right? He's waiting for you to give it to him, but he doesn't give it the right time. He actually could have given that pass a step earlier, but he decides to take it further in deep. Right? And then the Fran Garcia one, like, the dude is making a first post run. Why do you have to decide to take a shot? And I still have frustration that Camavinga is still on this pitch, man. You better be praying to the gods to know that that guy is going to be safe on the plane. All right. 5 minutes of those 9 minutes already played. That kind of image I want to see, right? Of Vini just on the bench. That's what I kind of want to see.
Bueno, Hugo, decíamos, ¿es mucho 9 minutos o no?
Pues está de moda. Después del Mundial parece ser que hay indicaciones en todo el mundo por medio de FIFA de que hay que...
These players are making Joselu run for nothing, man. Fran Garcia almost getting that. There comes a cross. Chomeni. Oh, Chomeni. Oh, Chomeni. Foul? Play on, says the ref. Oh my God. Chomeni. Camavinga. Joselu. Pass it back. Pass it back. Pass it back. Lucas. What are we doing?
Que le pega muy fuerte y muy por encima del travesaño en otra muy buena jugada del Real Madrid.
Sí, ya los espacios se están viendo cada vez más claros, se nota el cansancio.
We still got 3 minutes, guys. Let's go. These guys are done. Get another one. I need goals from Joselu, guys.
Nada más están queriendo, pues eso, tener protagonismo.
Come on, Joselu. Move. Come on, Joselu. Move. Make a run.
Camavinga, Suárez, Luis Suárez, Edgar, empuja Almería, quedan 2 minutos, en Barba,
I don't know why Camavinga's on this field, man. You can tell the kid is not like 100%, and we still put him on this field. And I get it, right? Not every player is 100%, but you don't risk an injury of a meniscus like this, man.
Bueno, Hugo, tu análisis final de este 3-1 parcial a favor del Real Madrid.
Don't concede, don't concede. Tchouaméni, man, doing the right stuff, man. Efficient, perfect. All right, Brahim Diaz, I see you. Switch it. You're going to slow it down and kill time. Minute left. Right here in the 98th minute, as they only gave us 9 minutes to go. And Real Madrid's going to settle this thing down and just keep possession of it. There's no need to do much more, but just keep this rotation and in possession of the ball. But we'll keep possession of it. I should be more excited. I get it. We're coming off the 3 points, and I think overall that's how positive we should. We should beat these teams. We should beat them. This is a team that, on paper, no matter what you put on, Real Madrid with the quality that they should have, it should beat this team. But there's a couple things that we can still be critical of in regarding to some of the performances of certain players. Regardless, ooh, cross it in. Okay. There's a problem there with Joselu there. Come on, man. That's a good pass. Call it, ref. And they do call it. And it is full time. Full time. He had his chance. That was Joselu right there. That should have gone in. Somebody else, like a Benzema or something like that, yeah, they put it in. But you said it right. 3 points. We should be excited. We come off on top, and that puts us in a good spot. Obviously, potentially on top of the table, provisional. Let's see. I want to check out the table. Yeah, as of right now, both Real Madrid and Valencia are right now in provisional thing, and with us with the 4-goal difference. People were saying, were we able to get goals with this diamond formation, or would we get goals with Vini and Rodrigo up top? Well, in other conversations that I've had about this is that you can get goals from other people, right? You can get goals from your midfielder, right? We're now noticing that Jude Bellingham is basically getting these goals now with 3. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for on the live chat. I know some of you guys might be dipping and stuff. So will I. So I don't think I'm going to stick too long. But yeah, a la Madrid nada más. A la Madrid. But no, yeah. It's good to watch, certain players like Jude to kind of get going with this La Liga and doing great, getting a brace and an assist. And then you also got to see that there are some players that SofaScore is giving Vini a 7.6. He had a total shots of 4, and he gets 1 to go in. A 77 accurate pass. $58 58 touches. He made 3 crosses, and none of them were accurate. He got dispossessed twice. Got fouled down 5 times. He committed 2 fouls. Rodrigo, 7.2. To me, Jude Bellingham is going to win man of the match. But to me, I think the one that really bossed it today and will do the dirty work where everybody else won't is going to be Tchouaméni. I think Tchouaméni, to me, French kiss right there of what he did today in the midfield, helping out the center backs. Although the center backs, in a sense, did okay, but it wasn't their best. Like Alaba, this was not the best Alaba, and this is not the best Rudiger. I think really there, what helped them out and bailed them many times when they got the ball stuck on the ground right there in the 6-yard box was the Chouameni. Chouameni today was the custodian today of cleaning up the mess. Frank Garcia getting a 7.0 and Carvajal getting a 7.7. Which, if we're noticing what's happening with kind of like a shift in the attack on the right, is that we're now getting a Carvajal that's pushing a little bit more forward and understanding that he is getting coverage by Fede Valverde. And so now you're seeing a little bit more of a venturing forward kind of fullbacks, right? We know Frank Garcia can do it on the left, but now we're seeing it a little bit more with a more offensive supporting role of Carvajal on as a right back. And then he knows that he got a little bit of coverage from Chouameni or let it be Fede Valverde. And then obviously the defense shifts a little bit more centrally so that Rudiger can get a little bit more yardage out there on the right. But beyond that, Lulin, unfortunately, like I said, I don't blame the goal on him. But, you know, does 7 saves. Almost dealing with, let me see, having to do 3 diving saves, 4 saving inside the box. So, doing good for Lulin there. But beyond that, I have really not much to say. I might do like a recap video just to try to break down today's game as Real Madrid take the 3 points from Almería, from the Estadio Power Horse Stadium, or better known as Estadio de Juegos Mediterráneos. But yeah, 3 points for Real Madrid, provisional poll. And that's with 4 goals difference there. 6 points. Our next game is going to be against Rafa Benitez. Lulin was effective. What are your opinions on the players today? Poor start for sure from our guys. Just, I don't know what it is with like just starting off just asleep, basically. We're snoozing, and it takes something like this for us to kind of wake up. Yeah, the majority of the game, Real Madrid is in control of the game, especially in the first half, although the goal came in so early on, within the minute 3. From Sergio Rivas, which I think he personally did a good game, as much as he could do. But Real Madrid, once again, once they were down a goal, you could see them trying to take control and actually do something. But the effectiveness of each player, I think there's some players that I would say, and I'll say it here because some people say I won't say it, but to me, Vinny today was not effective at all. To me, they might give him a 7-something here, but to me, this dude was like in the ranges of a 4 and a 5. Just because everything that he did was not effective to the positive net, right? Nothing positive came out to that one except for maybe that foul that he picked up that was part of the play for them to get a Jude Bellingham goal. But beyond that, like his services to players that are making runs were super delayed or didn't even happen. And then he's giving passes that are just not effective for the player who is making the run for, right? They're coming in too hot. He loses possession. It bounces off their shin guard and it goes out of bounds. It happened to Rodrigo like twice, where the ball is just coming in too hot from Vinny. Because he's expecting, I think Vinny's really just giving that pass thinking that Rodrigo is going to give that give and go, right? The 1-2. What else? Jude Bellingham, I think, effective. I think he was effective. I think he can't keep this up, though, in the sense of just the mileage he's putting in. He has to play in a deeper role, but because I think other guys can do that better, like a Fede Valverde can do that better, because this dude can run box to box the majority of the game. Trying to think who else. So that's Fede Valverde. I think he was fairly good at what he needed to do. Nothing flashy, nothing too impressive, but needed to do the work both phases of the game, when in possession and out of possession. When we were in the offense and when he was in the defense, I think he did fairly good. Going down the midfield. Toni Kroos, I think, once again, I think the start of it, this guy just doesn't have the running legs anymore, man. So we got to figure out if in the moments of phases of the game, knowing that if we are in a diamond, when it comes down to the defensive side of it, I just say push him forward and then slide Tchouaméni to that side and Fede Valverde drop deep to make it like a box midfield, right? So you can it almost looks like a double pivot in that phase of the game when we're not in possession. Just let Jude and Kroos just push up a little forward, but the real defensive work to cover that back line is going to be Fede and Tchouaméni. Does that make sense? So I used to have my my tactical board, but I guess I don't. I'll draw it here, guys. Let me use this pen to show you. So see this diamond, right? We know who's in the tip. Oh, let me write their names. So Jude, Kroos, and it's simple. It's not that he doesn't like being forward. I'm just saying so that you can create now two barriers of a line. It's not to the fact that I need him to be offensive, because I'm in the phase of the game that I'm speaking to convert it to a box is in the defensive side. Sure. And then this is Fede. What's wrong with my pen? I need to lick it more. So we have this, right? So in the defensive phase of the game, it's simple. I just ask this happens. Right? Yes, you will lose width, but now you have two lines. And then depending on how you want this up top, you can obviously spread it out a little bit more, and then you got the double pivot. And I'm speaking like more in the defensive phase of the game. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're like this, and then defensive game just go like this. Just stack them. Right? Oh, we lose possession of the ball, and they're playing it around in our own half. Okay, we'll just go like this. And then once we break through, boom, we're off to go, right? Just because I think what Tchouaméni does is really good, and then Fede offers you that protection. But I'm saying what sucks about this diamond and then creating it to a box is that it's narrow. So you will lose width on the sides, but you actually create more lines on the defense aspect of it when their team is, let's say, rotating it from their center backs and full backs. They're kind of playing it going up forward. Because Almería can do that. When we go against Barcelona, teams that can potentially play the ball in our half, that's what I would say. Go ahead and rotate. And Fede has been helping Danny on the right. Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like, I think that's where just that shift helps a little bit just for that phase of the game. But yeah, I think Fede is doing a good job to kind of help cover when Carvajal's caught forward and running back. He knows that Fede is going to cover him on that wing. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, in my mind, it works. It probably doesn't practically help in some forms of the game. But regardless of like that first early goal, everything else just started kind of, Real Madrid growing to the game, doing things. But the effectiveness, I think I know who I'm talking with opinions, is that, yeah, you have to be effective for the team's sake, for the cohesion of it. Don't get me wrong. Is Vinny going to be the face of La Liga? And he already is and stuff. And for Real Madrid, and he is a 7, of course, man. I'm not going to deny this. But that's one thing is PR, and one thing is on the pitch. Show it on the pitch. I can do social media. I can promote you. I can make you a hashtag. I can make you everything, Vinny. But give me a reason on the pitch for me to do it. That's all I'm saying. And so today's game, yes. Does he get a goal? Of course. Chapeau. But that for 73 minutes, my guy. For 73 minutes, what? Like, what could I say that was impressive? So when now people look at the highlight of Real Madrid and they see this game, they're not going to see anything from Vinny. They're just going to see in the 73rd minute, he takes a pass from Jude and he kicks it and it goes in, which gets deflected, by the way. Because if not, that's saved by a goalkeeper. If he didn't like lob right over the goalkeeper. It's just the truth. And if part of my fan base disagrees, that's one thing. But I got to say that was really, really disappointing from Vinny today, in my opinion. Rodrigo, he had some chances. I'm not going to lie. Two of them basically going across the line, the goal line, just not finding that, angle to actually creep it in the back post. But beyond that, I think Rodrigo did fairly good. It's just these guys, they want to be involved so much on the ball that they drop so deep, and we have no reference up top. And that's what I was saying about Joselu, is that I was calling it out, but I was saying put Joselu in with Vinny. I have no problem with that. Take Rodrigo off, but now Vinny has an idea that there's some guy that's going to be at the end of this thing, which in 3 occasions, Joselu was at the end of those things. It's just not good services to him, except for the last one from Luka Modric. That was like the perfect idea. Like, find the guy in the far post, and he did. It's just Joselu couldn't get that. But the 2 previous ones was Fran Garcia and Brahim Diaz. Somebody else could set that pass perfectly, and Joselu puts it in the back of the net. So give this guy chances. Yeah, and I agree with you. Rodrigo did have a good game. I think, like, it's just nothing was going in for the kid, and that's the kind of night he had. So Vinny, we said it, and I was wondering if it was going to happen, but I'll say it in the stream. Vinny has an away goal. Good for Vinny. Carvajal had a good game. Yeah. Carvajal had a good game. Fede had a good game. But to me, I think Tchouaméni, once again, he's not going to get the limelight. He's not going to get the flowers at the end of it, because I think it's going to be Jude Bellingham, and now obviously everybody's going to be like Vinny. No, Jude Bellingham for sure. And then to me, I think has to be an honorable mention of Tchouaméni today's game, because once again, this dude bossed that midfield and took care of business in the game. Let's see. The last game, Athletic Club is beating Osasuna. All right. So if I look at the table, Real Madrid with provisional, taking first in the table. Valencia in second. Atletico Madrid, Rayo Vallecano in fourth. Osasuna in fifth. Real Betis in sixth. Cádiz seventh. Villarreal eighth. Athletic Club ninth. Real Sociedad 10th. Girona 11th. Barcelona down in 12th. Getafe 13th. Las Palmas 14th. Mallorca 15th. Celta Vigo 16th. Sevilla 17th. Deportivo Alavés in 18th. Granada 19th. And Almería, sad to say, but they're down at the bottom with these 2 losses. Which, if objectively you watch Almería, I think they're a good squad. Hopefully they can survive, because they got a good team. I think they did okay. It's just they got confronted against Real Madrid that wanted it, right? Cool. So what's going to happen is I think I'm going to call it for today's stream. I appreciate it. More than likely, I'll have a video up by the end of, hopefully by tomorrow. Hopefully I can record it and get it done, and then we can go ahead and speak. I'm going to go ahead and join the spaces on Twitter. If you don't already, I'd recommend just checking it out. It's pretty cool being part of that. But I'll call it a day. You guys have a good one. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves. And peace.